Hello everyone and welcome. Today, I want to speak about something that affects every single one of us. No matter where you live, what you believe, or what you do. It's the question of law, ethics, and our relationship with God. 1. The importance of law in society. Every nation has its laws. We build schools, hospitals, and courts because we need order, we need justice. Without law, chaos reigns. People do whatever they want and the vulnerable suffer. But laws aren't just written on paper. True laws must be written on the heart. 2. Ethics more than just opinions. Have you noticed how people disagree on what's right or wrong? Some say that's good, others say that's evil, and both think they're right. That's the problem with subjective ethics. When everyone defines morality for themselves, we end up with confusion, even disaster. That's why we need a standard. A truth that doesn't change with time, culture, or opinion. 3. Divine law versus human law. Human laws are important, but they're not perfect. They change, they can be biased, they can even be unjust. But God's law, the 10 Commandments, is different. It's not based on political trends or popular votes. It comes from the one who made us, who knows what is best for us. It's eternal, it's consistent. And it's righteous. 4. Why were the 10 Commandments given after slavery? Think about this. The Israelites had been slaves in Egypt for 430 years. They had lived under cruelty, oppression, and injustice. When God freed them, He didn't just give them freedom. He gave them a way to live in that freedom. He gave them the 10 Commandments, a blueprint for a new society based on justice, dignity, and truth. 5. The fear of God, a foundation for justice. Why do we treat others with respect? Why should we be honest, kind, and fair? Because we have a fear of God, not fear as in terror, but a deep reverence. When we understand who God is, we begin to see others through His eyes. The fear of God becomes the foundation of how we live, how we lead, and how we love. 6. The Commandments and human civilization. Did you know that the 10 Commandments have shaped laws around the world? Especially in the West. Ideas like don't steal, don't kill, honor your parents. These aren't just religious rules, they're the building blocks of civil society. Even people who don't believe in God benefit from the moral clarity these laws bring. 7. The Reformation and the return to ethics. During the Reformation, people rediscovered the power of God's Word, including His law. They realized that a society built on selfishness crumbles, but a society built on God's justice endures. We're still wrestling with those truths today. 8. The role of education and ethics. Education is powerful, but education without ethics is dangerous. We can train the mind, but we must also shape the heart. True education helps people not only ask, "What can I do?" but also, "What should I do?" God's law gives us that moral compass. 9. Personal responsibility. It's easy to talk about society, laws, and systems. But what about you? What about me? Each of us is responsible for how we live. God's commandments aren't just for governments. They're for our everyday lives. In our homes, in our businesses, in our thoughts, in our choices. 10. A call to reflect and respond. So here's my question for you today. Are you living by God's law or just by your own rules? Do you measure right and wrong by culture or by the Creator? God invites us to return, not just to obedience but to relationship. He wants us to walk in freedom, in truth, and in love. The 10 Commandments are not a prison. They are a path to life. A path to peace. A path to purpose. In a world full of changing values, let us stand on what is eternal. Let us rediscover the beauty of God's law. And let us live not only as citizens of earth, but as people of His kingdom. Thank you, and may God bless you with wisdom, strength, and grace to walk in His truth every day.